What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you Q&A number 3 for my Q&A series. Thank you guys for sending in your questions. Remember, you can always send in questions to me via inbox on YouTube or for Twitter. And make sure when you guys send me questions for the Twitter, just put for Q&A and then ask your question on there. And make sure when you do inbox me your questions on YouTube, keep it down to 2 to 3 questions you really want to ask me. The reason is I want everyone to get a fair shot at asking questions. If someone asks like 8 questions, it's not fair to the other person who probably asked like, a good 2 or 3 questions, but they never got theirs answered because I was answering that one person's 8 questions. But anyways, let's get started here. At Giak Flocka, my first Twitter question, he asked me, what are your thoughts on Sean's View Entertainment? Honestly, think that he's a funny guy at times, can be kind of weird. He makes alright videos. I really don't have beef with Sean's View Entertainment. I don't think I have any YouTube beef with anyone from YouTube. I tend to like most of the people that make the YouTube videos. They may not like me, but that's their business, and they don't have to like me. Anyways, thank you for the question. Will Ferrell number 1, my boy Scott Casey Gales asked me, did you ever like Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan in WCW? Tony Schiavone, he had some moments as a commentator, but I wasn't really too fond of him, especially going back and watching the Best of WCW DVD. I wasn't really too fond of him. Bobby the Brain Heenan, I loved. I love Bobby Heenan. Like he was pretty damn good on commentary. I thought he had some good moments. I feel Bobby Heenan is one of the greatest mic workers of all time and one of the greatest managers of all time. Probably the best. So yes, I like Bobby Heenan. Tony Schiavone, a little bit. His second question is, do you like AMC hit series Mad Men, Breaking Bad, and The Walking Dead? I like Mad Men a little bit. I haven't really dabbled that too much into it. Breaking Bad, I'm getting caught up on. I love Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a crazy-ass show. The Walking Dead, if anyone has links to, watch the show, because I've watched the show, like the first season, but I'm not really huge into it. Just never really got into The Walking Dead in 100% total honesty. I do like the comics. The comics are cool. I know there's a lot of differences from the comics and the shows and the video games that came out. So if you guys want to send me out a link to watch The Walking Dead via private message on inbox or via Twitter, that'd be cool. And his third question is, do you listen to the John Layfield and Michael Cole radio show on the LayfieldReport.com? No, I do not. I watched the Michael Cole and JBL show, but maybe I should check that out. And if I know what they're talking about, then I probably will watch it, because I rather want to make sure I know what they're talking about instead of just, just have them be a weird show. All right, real Spider-Man and Noir fan. I'm always messing up on your name, dude. I'm sorry. Q&A. What would you do if you bought a WWE game and you played the game and you were one of the characters in the game? How would you react? I'd be fucking happy. I would put myself as champion. That's the honest truth. I would make myself champion of everything. I would just be like, make sure they have my height right, make sure they have my weight right, and I'll be happy. Make sure they have this facial structure right. I mean, they probably will just give me everything Randy Orton has, except a little chubbier. So why not? Sure, I would be fucking stoked. What if you saw during an episode of Raw is Cena Hater like Final Limits jumping the barricade by himself, knocking out security and beating the shit out of Cena during this match, and also taking out other security announcers and even fans in a blind rage? How would you react with this at home, and how would IWC and YWC react? This question is kind of like, how could this happen that one person took out security? Because security is mostly trained wrestlers, unless Final Limits is huge as fuck, and I don't know, possibly could happen. If it did happen, I would probably freak out. I'd probably be like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this fan fucking up the show? I would most likely, if anything, be kind of upset that someone's fucking up the show. Even if it is John Cena getting beaten up, yeah, cool, John Cena's getting beaten up. But it's like the show's getting ruined just because one fan hates a certain wrestler. And to me, that just ruins the show. It ruins the flow of the show. It ruins like what the WWE is trying to give to us. And in all honesty, I would just kind of be mad. I would rant about it in my review. I'm pretty sure other IWC guys would just be happy as hell. But for me, I would kind of be upset if the show got ruined because a fan hatred for one wrestler ruined it for a bunch of people. It's not just us, it's the wrestlers that are also wrestling on this show. What if they had to stop the whole show completely because of this? What if they had to evacuate the arena because of this? It could ruin a good night for families and a bunch of other people. So I'm sorry. I like Final Limits. He asked great questions on my Q&A. This is not a knock on him. But if anyone would have done that, I would just be utterly pissed off at them because they ruined the show. That's my question. Do you eat junk food? Junk food? If so, what and how often? I do eat junk food. I'm not a complete total healthy person. It's really hard to be a complete total healthy person, especially how much healthy food costs. I eat every so often, not a lot, and especially if you guys go to college, you know, you're up studying late at night. You go to a kitchen. You don't want to make something too big. You can't really make something. You just want to grab something quick and go and finish your studying. And so you grab junk food. And yes, I do eat junk food when I'm on a study grind sesh, which is almost like every other day. I do work out though, so it supplements a little bit. So I'm not gaining too much weight, nor am I losing the enough weight. I'm just kind of in a balance right now. So yes, I do eat junk food and like chips, ice cream, you know, the usual soda to keep the sugar going. You know what I'm saying? Final Limits 1 asked me, what if Rock doesn't show up for Mania this year and Cena comes out and is in the ring waiting for the Rock and the Rock never shows up, non-kayfabe? What would the fans react like? Uh, I would be pissed off at The Rock mostly because I think it would be a dick move on his part not showing up to WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure most fans would be happy because that would mean Cena won't win the WWE Championship. But me personally, I would be pissed off at The Rock because The Rock is just showing that he's an immature bitch by not showing up at a Mania. So to me, I would just be really pissed off at The Rock and I would probably rant on it. Will Stacy Keibler ever return into WWE? That's a good question. I would love to see her return to the WWE. But she seems like she's doing other stuff right now, and I really think that she already put wrestling behind her. I would personally love to, but in all likeliness, no. I mean, did she even make a trip to WrestleMania 25 for that Divas Battle Royale? I mean, she hasn't been on any of like the Raw shows that feature past superstars, so obviously she probably put wrestling behind in the books. I wish her and Tori Wilson could come back. What was the best dream you ever had when you woke up? You were upset that you woke up because the dream was so good, bloody good. Best dream I've ever had. There's a couple, but I'll just tell this one because I did like this dream. I had a dream that I got every next-gen console and every next-gen TV and phone from this one dude. So this one dude knocked the door at my house. And he's like, hey, congratulations. You're the only person to open the door when I knocked on it. And I said, okay. And then, you know, in dreams, everything starts moving around. So my house was moving around and shit like that. And he's like, just sign this right here and you'll see changes happen soon enough. And I'm like, okay. And so I grabbed like a giant ass pen. I don't even know why. It was just a giant ass pen. I signed it. And then afterwards I signed it. All of a sudden I turn around and my house was just moving. I was moving. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And all of a sudden, bam, I had like a fucking sick ass phone. It was like the coolest thing ever. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then my stairs, they were like escalators, and I just pressed the button. I was like, what the hell? And my escalators were going higher and higher and higher, and I was just wondering when was this going to end. I looked over and I see my friends. They're in my living room, and my mom and my dad, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? What happened to my house? And afterwards, I just finally get up the escalators. I open my room, and I have the sickest fucking pad. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking cool. Like, everything was all high tech. Like, I fucking had TVs everywhere. It was really, really fucking cool. I had like a PS5 and an Xbox 980 or 900. Yeah, that's right. I fucking like skipped 720 and I skipped PS4. I fucking had that. I had the fucking Nintendo 6489 or some shit like that. I can't remember the name of it. And I had like a fucking sick ass phone. I was like looking at all the games that come out, and then I was just, oh my god, it was just so cool. And then all of a sudden, like, my real life phone, the alarm goes off, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta turn off this alarm. And then I get up and I'm sleepwalking. I turn off the alarm, and right when I turn off the alarm, I trip over my bed and I woke up and I said, fuck, I no longer have all this cool stuff. So that's probably one of the best dreams I've ever had. I've had other dreams that were cool too. Like, there's one dream about, you know, like, most guys have this, especially when their hormones are high. Wet dreams, sex dreams, whatever you want to call them. So obviously I had those, but I don't really want to go into detail about them. And if you ask a question about a sex dream, no, I will not answer this on the Q&A. Thank you for the questions, though. Clarkson 440 asked me, Chase Oliver 68, since Rey Mysterio won the World Heavyweight Championship because of Eddie Guerrero's death, do you think Rey Mysterio would be a mid-card throughout his whole career? Let me know if you got it. Yeah, no, I understand what you're asking. He's asking pretty much, if Eddie didn't die, would Rey have just been a mid-card throughout his whole career? And I would have to say no. I think at some point, Rey would have been pushed to the World Heavyweight title. The dude was a draw. There's no denying it. He's not a draw, not that huge of a draw anymore, but he's still a guy that gets an average pop from the fans. A lot of fans do like Rey Mysterio. Us older demographic may not, but he does it. But some older guys do like him because he does insane type of moves, and they're just fun to watch. You know, Rey Mysterio is a well-respected wrestler. He had paid his dues in ECW, WCW, even going back to Mexico. And I feel that even if Eddie was still around and Eddie won the World Heavyweight Championship, you could have had Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight title. And Rey Mysterio, I wouldn't be surprised if he won it. I wouldn't be surprised if Rey became champion, even though Eddie didn't pass away. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Rey would have been a mid card. Would I think that he would have just been a World Heavyweight Champion and then after that, he would take a long break before becoming world champion again, like a Daniel Bryan would? Yes, absolutely. But I 100% think that Rey would have become a world champion even without Eddie Guerrero. Because the dude was drawing money. He got a great reaction. I mean, he was one of the few guys, especially back in like the 2006 era. Like 2006, when you look at it, some of the few guys that got like good crowd reactions were like Batista, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels. You go to 2007, you got Jeff Hardy, and you know there was a bunch of heels that were good job at getting heat, like Kennedy, Edge, Orton. Well, Cena just got a mixed reaction all the time, but you get what I'm saying. Rey could have become a world heavyweight champion even if Eddie did not pass. So I would definitely say yes. Doctor Disnation asked me, sick username. Would you date a girl who smokes? Why or why not? Yeah, sure. I honestly don't care if a girl smokes or not. It's their prerogative. I mean, they can smoke. I don't give a shit. I don't care if their breath smells bad. Like, they can smoke. I mean, whatever makes them happy. If a girl is happy smoking, go right ahead. I don't care. Would I probably talk to her about it when she has a kid in her belly if I'm dating her or we're getting married? Yes, I'd probably tell her you have to lay off the cigs. Maybe we have to find an alternative for you until then. But yes, I would date a girl who smokes. I've smoked cigarettes in the past. I can't be a hypocrite and be like, no, my girlfriend needs to be straight edge. No, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. I don't care if you're a smoker. You can smoke. I don't give a shit. As long as she's not doing this, she gets in my face and goes, smokes in my face, I'll just be like, okay, you're fine with me. My girlfriends are allowed to smoke. I do not care if the girl smokes. I don't know why people are like, oh no, I'll never date a girl that smokes, and then the guy lights a cigarette after that. Is Chase Oliver your real name? Oliver is a part of my real name. Chase is not my real name. I'll just give that a hint to you. If you guys do know my real name, you guys can try to guess. I like to keep it a secret. Just know that my real name has been used on the show multiple times. A bunch of wrestlers have my real name. So yeah, basically I'll just say that. If you guys want to guess my real name, you're more than welcome to. You can ask me a question what my real name is. Chase is actually my middle name. I just go by Chase because I like it better than my real name. Anyways, have you ever been bullied or been a bully? Yeah, I've been bullied. I've been bullied because I was smaller when I was younger. Also because like I just really didn't mature man up in a long time. So yeah, I've been bullied in the past. Not a really big deal. Didn't really like shock me. I wasn't one of those kids that was emo about it. In fact, some of the kids that bullied me, I became friends with afterwards. You know, we became friends and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been bullied, but nothing that has scarred me for life, and I've never ever recovered. And no, I've never been a bully. I've always just been a chill person. And then the final question is your asshole 93. He has 3 questions. Do you like cheeseburger and how often do you eat it? I love fucking cheeseburgers and I eat it in supplements. I don't try to eat cheeseburgers. Like maybe once a month I'll go down to McDonald's or I go down to what's near me and I get a cheeseburger in and out definitely since I live in Cali. But I try and make sure I don't eat too much cheeseburgers. What video game music do you like the most? That's a good fucking ass question. What video game music I like the most? Damn, dude, that's a good ass question. I would probably have to lean towards Kingdom Hearts has good music. Just because I like metal music. Devil May Cry. I like the music in Devil May Cry. It's very eerie. Resident Evil has some good tracks in there. Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry are some of my favorites. Those 3 probably are my favorites. Not Jak 2 for sure. Fucking Jak 2 soundtrack is just annoying to me. Ratchet and Clank had 3. I like the soundtrack in Ratchet and Clank 3. I like that one a lot. Probably I would, if I had to choose my number one overall favorite, had to be Kingdom Hearts. Just the music itself is beautiful. Yeah, I know most of it's like Final Fantasy stuff, and I've also said I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy, but I do like Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. I mean, it's just so majestic and beautiful. Organization 13 music, like Google that shit, and you'll be like, oh my god, what is this? It's such a good song. What video? I just answered that question. Did you ever take steroids in your life? Why or why not? No, I haven't taken steroids. I'm only 20. I've never dealt into steroids. Technically, some painkillers and morphine that you do take have some steroids in them. So I am kind of lying here saying I didn't take steroids, but a pure steroid itself, no, I've never taken in my life. The reason why I don't take steroids is because I don't see a point for me taking steroids. There's no point in me taking steroids. I'm not trying to become a professional sports athlete. I'm not trying to enter the world of bodybuilding. I'm not trying to be like Lance Armstrong and bicycle around the fucking world. I'm just trying to enjoy my life, and I just feel working out and just doing what I'm doing is fine with me. I honestly don't really feel like, maybe I can lose a couple pounds. I'll admit, I'm not the skinniest person alive. Maybe I can lose a couple pounds, but I would probably lose it in my own way. I have lost weight in my own way before. I don't really need steroids to gain muscle. In all honesty, I don't really care if I'm all that muscular. I feel that I'm strong enough. Like, as long as I can bench more than my body weight, I'm fine with that. Because if I don't bench more than my body weight, that's when I say, okay, I'm a weak motherfucker. I gotta start working out some more. That's really what I try to test myself every day. If I can bench my own body weight. And that's something good for most people to know. Because, you know, most people, they try too hard or they push too hard, you know, to get to a certain level. But if you can bench more than your body weight, even if it's just like 20 pounds or 5 pounds, maybe try to increase that every time. And once you hit like 30 pounds, you know, then you can feel proud about yourself because you are pretty strong if you can bench your own body 30 pounds more than your body weight. That means that you're just like benching like, what, isn't it like 5% more than your, no, that would be like 15%, 10%, 11% more than your body weight. Who cares about the math? All I'm saying is just try your best when you're benching. Do it 1 rep max. That's all I can say. And no, I will never take steroids. But that's it for the Q&A. Thank you, everybody, for the awesome questions. Keep on sending them via inbox here on YouTube or at Twitter at ChaseOliver68. And while you're on my Twitter, you can follow me on there and talk to me about wrestling, sports, basketball, football, MMA, you know, all that other good stuff. So, anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Make sure you guys check out my Twitter, like I said earlier. Subscribe down below or the little icon right here if you like me. And keep in touch. See y'all later. ChaseOliver68 here. Peace!